right. What's going on, Coach?
I'm good, coach. How are you doing? How
Man,
are you?
fantastic. Been trading EU this morning, hopefully to make some more money. What about yourself?
Now I've traded EU. I traded EU down this morning, my time.
Okay.
Traded down again, my time, and then decided, you know what? It's FOMC later. Let me take the bag. Let me walk away. Let me just leave what I've got so far. So I'm out. I'm out for today.
You
Right?
done?
I'm out on EU for today. Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully
That's
we'll
what
see
that's one
whatever's.
of us. That's one of us.
That's
So
why
let's go ahead and get this.
I prefaced the day with hopefully, coach.
I
Hopefully,
like
I'm
that.
done for the day.
Sometimes you get the trading itchy fingers. Anybody just notice, put a 7 in the chat. If sometimes you trade and you get those itchy fingers. But let's start this recording off like we need to. Welcome to Connect, Trade, and Grow. And this is Fixing the Trading Thing. Is this episode 10 or episode 11?
It's episode 10, I believe. I'm not sure. Might be
Man,
episode 11. You know what? We're flowing so hard now because we can just qualify it as 20 at this point. We're
you know
doing
what? Let's
doubles
just
in
change
one.
it. I love it. I love it. Well, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. We got an amazing show today. We're going to flow today. We're going to look at a couple of charts. We're going to be doing some mindset, motivation, and management. We call that the M3 strategy. Shout out to my man Charger. He's doing some nice charts, putting it all in the group, aka Rice Money. That's what I'm talking about. And he says 10 is perfect. Make sure as you're dialing in to ask some questions, talk back and forth with us. We definitely want to have a good time. This show is designed to help you. And again, I get to do this show with a great friend of mine, a brother to me, the amazing Coach Chadwin. What do you got for the troops today, sir?
Coach, I'm going to look at the cues today. I'm going to look at the cues a bit. I know someone asked about the cues, and then I'm going to look at GIS. And what's interesting is I'm going to let him in on a little joke before I go there. Is that just before this, you and I said to each other, we don't even know what GIS is, right? So now, to someone, to someone that might be like, oh, they don't know what GIS means, but it's actually a testament to how we trade because we can trade anything and everything, right?
Yes, sir.
One of the things that we say about our strategies is that it's tradable across all asset classes. And so we don't need to know what something is. We just need to look at the structure. We just need to see what the chart is actually doing. And that's how we fix the trading thing. So I'm going to jump to a quick chart. We wanted to jump today straight into it. In between, we'll throw in a little bit of mindset. In between, we'll do a little bit of management and some multiplication as well. But let me jump to that GIS chart first. We can look at that one and see where we are at with the overall projection as of yesterday and what's likely to happen going forward if anything has changed thus far. So let me bring that up and then I'm
Absolutely.
going to show you guys. Okay, so here we go. GIS,
General
right?
Mills.
General Mills. I have no idea what that is, but it's general enough for me to get into a general trade. So yesterday, coach, we were over here, and the expectation is that we were going to pull back into this gap over here and then see some upside pricing. Now, what I'm seeing so far is that we've completed, or rather, we attempted the completion of the first phase. I want to cover again something that I saw yesterday. And if you finding value from the stream, please let us know. Even if you were on yesterday's call as well, please let us know. That way we know that we're serving you well. So, coach, what happened is I saw this. I saw that we went under a higher time frame low over here. And usually when
Mm,
that happens, you and I know there's a pullback, right? So an
correct.
expectation of a pullback, and we had some gaps on the way up that we needed to fill. So with
Mm,
that draw in place, that gap in place, I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, okay, at least from a 4 hour, because that's a monthly and a weekly that we went underneath, from a 4 hour and a daily perspective. So let me look at the daily quickly. From the 4 hour and the daily perspective, meaning it might take a couple of days, might take a couple of weeks, right? At least we have some upside. Now, this is going to be nice for someone. If you catch this particular trade, this means that there's going to be some upside for a while, right?
mm,
And usually, what I'll do in such a scenario, as you can see over here, is pulling up and then possibly even higher up to there. Now, nothing is guaranteed. The market will do what the market will do. But what I'll do in such a scenario is I will be taking trades one directional. So, for instance, if I go back to this 4 hour, I'd be looking each time the 4 hour breaks up, I'd be looking for another attempt at a long. And I'm going to stay long until I see either a daily or even a weekly breakdown. Now, because you'll see something like this happen. Price will go down for a bit on a 4 hour, and you'll think, okay, it's time to go down, and all it will do is break back up again and continue in that direction. So what you want to actually do is follow the higher time frame footprint, which is wait for either a weekly or a daily to change. Next chart I want to look at real quick is the Qs. Now the Qs have really been doing what I expected it to do. Look at this, coach.
Look, wow.
Yesterday on stream, I said we dip back in and
Yep.
we pull. Man, if you were on yesterday's stream, you just got free money, right?
Yes, you
Free.
did. You know what? You need to
So
send them your banking details because they should pay you for that one. Like,
I'm
hey,
gonna
a candle
I'm gonna
that
do it,
big.
coach. I'm gonna do it. That is massive. I
Yes.
expected it to go to trend down one more candle, perhaps maybe a little bit longer, but it just shot up. But the expectations are in play. Now here's the thing: I don't trade the Qs at all, right? So what? How am I figuring out where the Qs will go? I'm figuring out where the Qs will go based on what we teach, which is the structure, right? We had
Mm.
one breakup, we had another breakup over there. Price pulled back into an area of demand and liftoff. That coupled with the fact that we had swept under into a weekly area and under the weekly break over here, there is a pullback destined.
Yes.
Now, this is going to be another epic trade if one gets it, because if we get all the way up till here, and that will be, let me check that number, 360.84 is my overall target. So above this high is where I'm kind of looking for this price action to actually go. Now, that was an epic move. I'm hoping that that epic move is going to continue throughout the day. But I know for those who want to actually get a trade, you're going to need a little bit of a pullback, buy the retest up to that particular area on the way up.
And
I
check this
see
out,
some people are
coach.
sleeping today, so if they are joining us later, coach, I just want them to remind
Yeah,
us to type in the chat the replay, because we want to find out that they were watching it via the replay as well. Go for it, coach.
absolutely. Yeah, we're giving so much sauce away over here, man. No, I was going to talk about on the left of that candle. Look at that FVG. Real nice gap up there. It's right there in
Yes,
front of you. So
yes,
I believe it's going to go even a lot deeper in there as well. Probably even cross
yep,
over to 50% level. Definitely go to premium, man. So there's some free money. And it corresponds with a supply zone as well. So there's
yep,
so much confluence that's showing up on these charts, but you just have to know what you're looking at and be aware of it. So, man, that's good right there, man.
absolutely. I'm looking forward to that, coach. I don't know if you've got any charts that you want to look at, and then I'll
I do,
jump back
man.
on
I
after
want
that.
to go to my favorite over here. You know, I'm an EU guy, man. I'm old school, man. You know,
Go for it.
EU and
Go
I,
for it.
we've been best friends. We went to school together. Uh, that's what it is, man. So let me go to the 1 hour time chart. I have this on, let's see, 1 hour. Do I have it on New York time or Central time? So yeah, so this was here. Wow. Watch this, coach. Watch this.
Mm, it's a nice move.
Man, but look what it did, man. So it hit a low of 105.21.4. 105.21.4. Let me just type that in. 105.21.4. That in white. Boom. Well, let's go back. That looks horrible. There we go. 105.21.4. Now, here's the thing about it, right? This is on the 1 hour. What I started to do when I looked at this, and I got quite a few things on the chart, but I'll explain some of them. One of it is man, we have our volume box. And what I've learned over the time is whenever you can get to the edge of the box, normally that's when you catch the big moves. So everybody just kind of write that down for your notes, please. You get to the edge of the volume box, normally that's when you're going to catch your big moves. Okay? So I'm seeing price literally came here. Look at that, coach. Did a full level seesaw where it shot from here to here, right? So we can take
Yep.
out some fibs if we want. Swing low, swing high. And I'm going to have to change the color of this because I am not liking how it looks, but just still work with me. There we go.
When did
Perfect.
you change over to black charts, coach?
I think this was Cindy using the computer, so she probably went to black, or even my son. So we're a family. We're a
Okay.
Trading View family, right? You know what we get for Black Friday here? We get Trading View packages. Dad, can I get a new trading tool? Yes, son. You can get your new trading tool this year. Yep.
Coach, just like you say, we do the same things all over the world. That's exactly what I'm gonna be doing for
Hey,
Black
for
Friday.
real.
Get that 60% off the rest of the
Yes.
year.
Why
Yeah.
not, man? So if you've been wondering, should I get a subscription? Hey, I don't have an affiliate link for you, but yes, because it's real cheap, dead cheap. And this is
Mm,
something you need to master. Now, watch this, coach. From here to here, now I noticed this morning it did a full retracement. Yeah.
mm.
So just type this in the chat, please. See if you guys are paying attention. We got a little bit more people. Type in the word game time, please. Game time. Game time.
Game time.
Yeah. Show time. Show me the money. Show me the money. So now I'm going to zoom in, man. And I started looking at the 15-minute. And I noticed, man, that we started to have some beautiful moves right here. I like this, man, when we have
Mm,
drop-based rallies. But here's where it started to get real beautiful, right? We had a drop-based rally, but then we had a 3-candle formation, 1, 2, and 3, and then there was a gap. Let me just highlight
mm.
this, right? Now, I know in your Just Like Clockwork, book, you talk about this all the time, so I'm not going to do it right now. But I like this because it tells me that, hey, it's got to fill it in.
Yeah.
And then I started to see another one, right? I went down to the 5-minute, right? Because I'm trying to find some entry. And I started to pay attention and see, hold on, something significant happened. So let me do an Alt J, right? And I noticed that this high was taken out by this candle. Come on,
Mm.
coach. Let me take out this box right here. That's the good part of the movie, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go to sleep now. This high was
Just
taken
like as
out.
he says, game time. Absolutely
Game
game
time.
time.
That's what I'm talking about, Leah. Game time. Show me the money. So, boom, it breaks out of here. And guess what? We get a rally all the way up to 105,710. Let's do another one. Now, let's just think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some timestamps, please? This was at
Mm.
9:30 Central Standard Time. Does everybody see that? At 9:30, it was at 105,215. Everybody write down that number. At 9:30, 105, 215, 214. And by 10:45, it got to a high of 105.74. Now, Coach, if you can, I know you're a mathematician over there, brother. I know you're a mathematician. Maybe somebody in the chat.
Hey.
You know what? I'm going to get good-looking Charges to talk on this one because this, he's the man when it comes to money over there. That's the money man. How many pips is that, brother? From 105.214 to 105.710.
105, 214.
Yeah. I'm waiting. As I'm waiting, I'm going to check out my trade right now because you know me, I'm coach a little greedy now. So I believe in teaching and making money at the same time.
At the
Anybody
same
like that?
time.
At the same time. Like, coach, you keep on looking at your phone. Yes, I'm a trader first who happens to teach and coach. Amen. So somebody tell me, how many pips was it from the bottom to the top? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll wait for them. As I do this, I'm going to just take my ruler, right? Because I believe in using tools.
It's about 50, I think.
Yeah, let's just call it 50. Keep the change. Would anybody have liked to catch 50 pips in less than an hour and 15 minutes?
Easy pips. Quick pips.
Easy pips. Now, Coach, I'm not bragging, just fact. I used to have a guy that said it all the time. No brag, just fact.
Just fact.
Just fact. I was like, man, that is genius. I didn't catch it at 105.21. I caught it at 105.337. So let me just get right around here. I'll make an adjustment. Look at Charles. It said, greedy me. Greedy me. Let's go to coordinates. Okay, let me just take that out. Watch this. I'm going to change this to green. And you guys let me know if you like this type of stuff right there. So my entry was right here. And I felt very comfortable with the entry because I said this is going to be a sweet spot for me. Now look at this right now, folks. It's falling as we speak right now, and it's falling to a particular area. Coach, can you let them know where we believe this thing might fall to? Just, where do we think that this thing might go?
Coach, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, and I might be wrong on this one,
Okay.
because as you know, it is a news based day. It is FOMC. So just as a note to everyone who's listening to my voice, normally on days like this, it's manual intervention day. I mentioned it yesterday on the stream as well, and that means that sometimes the market will violate zones that you expect is going to hold. My expectation at the moment is a fall back down to 215 again beyond that
Mm,
point.
wow.
So I think it's going to go and sweep that low again because the injection at that price point was news based, and I think it wants to go and clear that area out again. So, and then possibly pull up from that point. But I'm going to be cautiously optimistic with that because it is a bit of a chop and change day. I think there's more downside targets as well. Although the alternative, and we always like to look at things two ways, would
Yes.
be to that gap that you have over there for higher pricing. So if I was a betting man, right, and I wanted to do it statistically speaking, what I'd look for is as we come into that little gap that you have drawn on there, because that's currently the roadblock to my idea of going further down. If we were to come into that area, I'd be looking on a 1 minute, coach, to see a breaker structure to the upside. If I got that, I'll be inclined to actually push higher. Absent that, I'm looking for it to go down. But at the moment, that's that area you got on will be where I'm looking to see an actual breaker structure as a confirmation on a 1 minute. So that's something we teach as well in our education, is that we want to understand that we follow the institutional footprint, we react
Yes.
to it when price comes there. So depending on what time frames you're trading, I'd like to look for a confirmation at this time frame inside of that gap as well. So that's the roadblock to my idea, but it's not necessarily a roadblock that stops it completely. If price hits that point and turns up, that's where I'm going to actually look for a move up at that point.
I like that.
Yeah, coach.
I like that. Let me
So the
say this
12
too,
people on the
Coach.
stream,
Yeah, I see that.
welcome.
Okay, we got more people coming. So I guess they're hearing that we're teaching here and they're saying,
Yeah.
okay, let me participate in some of this stuff. Now, here's what I did, Coach. I put on another box, and I want to kind of piggyback off what you said. What I just also put on here, if you guys just want to check out, is I did market sessions. So it's going to show London, New York, Sydney. It's just kind of a good way for me to gauge what's
Mm,
happening within the time frame. And so if you look at this and just kind of piggybacking on what Coach said, we had a big swing so far that's happened within New York. New York basically started at this red candle so far. It went to this low. It's broke above. Now we're getting a little bit of retracement as well. Now, here's the good thing as well that I'm seeing too. Notice that we also had an FVG on the 5 minute as well, Coach, and it's hovering right around this area too. So this yellow box that's drawn is a FVG on the 5 minute chart, but then also I manually drew one on the 15 minute. So my eyes, believe it or not, are really
mm,
looking at both of these boxes because here's the thing about it. If I get a true breakout out of this particular gap right here, 9 times out of 10, it's going to want to go to this box.
mm.
Now, we could have a big fake out sweep as well, where it pulled people in for the sale because it went down to a low of 105.47, and we could have it shoot up. We really don't know. But I like what you're saying as well. And I think when it comes to trading, our bias needs to be formed based on the information that's being presented. And once the
Absolutely.
information
That's
is
good.
being presented, regardless of what we might feel or think, we need to make adjustments. So everybody write this down, please. Make adjustments. Make
Mm,
adjustments. Don't ever get so caught up that you got to be right that you can't make adjustments. Because if you can make adjustments, those adjustments can save you. Does that make sense? They
yes.
can save you. Absolutely, they can. So now look at it, coach. We have a break out of that box clearly.
Mm,
It looks like we're getting some momentum. I believe that we're going to be coming here. But
yeah.
we still have a little bit of time left as well. So always Look at the time. We just hit another 5 minutes. It's letting us know. Now, I'm in this trade going to the upside. So that's what I'm believing. I've made some money off
Mm.
of it. I waited for a pullback. And just to kind of share everybody, just to be transparent, I got in here at the level of 105,337. I took some profits out. And let me just see where I took them at. I took
Can't go
profits
broke
out at,
taking profits.
well, you have to. You can't go broke taking profits. Absolutely. I took profits at 105,616. So let me draw this out. 105,616. I'm just going to put that in blue. And you like, Coach, you got all kind of colors on here. Well, welcome to the group. That's what we do here.
Colors.
Colors.
We teach you how to trade
Colors.
and how
Colors.
to color in your chart.
That's an old
Mini
school movie.
Picassos.
There you go. Colors. 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 All right. All right. So I took my profit here. Guys, track with me. Look at it. It's coming right there to the box. Now, check it out. I'm about to get stopped out, which is cool. But at least I'd entered when it pulled back. So check this out. I got in on the green line. Everybody track with me. I took it all the way up to here. I got 27 pips. Everybody tracking with me. Now listen to me. I got 27 pips, but I'm trading at $100 a pip. Can somebody tell me how much money I made off this trade? Talk to me now. We're going to see if we got some mathematicians. Coach, I know you smart. Don't answer the question for him. I'm trading at 100 a pip.
Too
I know
much.
you about to tell
Too
me.
much money. Too much money.
I just want to ask people, right? Because, you know, some people say they want to make money, and I want to know what's going on. Shout out to Michelle. We got Charger. Somebody let me know. And you know who I would really like to speak? The people that lurk on our calls, Coach, that never talk to us. Like, I don't know why. Maybe we might bite them or something, but they come, they listen, but they don't say hi. You know, I don't get that, but you know, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'll just observe them. But I mean, you know, come to the training, at least just say hello, put a 7 or something. But if I'm trading at $100 a pip and I got 27 pips, can somebody let me know how much money was made? Somebody talk to me, please. How much money was made? Now, let me make an adjustment on this, Coach, because I don't like leaving money on the table. Coach, what do you think about what I'm saying this morning, man? Was that a pretty good trade to be able to see that and say?
Epic trade, Coach. I just want to call out Darius as well. He's saying, Coach, you're on fire today. He's loving the fire that you're bringing. So shout out.
Bringing the smoke, man.
Well.
I mean, every now and again. Every now and again, we say, you know what? Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money.
Absolutely.
So everybody look at it. You know,
2,700.
Thank you. 2,700. Now, let me just ask this right quick, please. Let me just ask. Do you think that 2,700 was hard to make?
Coach, you said it earlier on. How long did it take? I forgot. You gave the time. So let's talk about hard, but also let's talk about duration from entry. Right? I think that's something that people need to realize how fast trading can be. You can either work 9 to 5 every day, or you can get in a trade that moves and it takes about, and we'll hear how long it took now.
Oh, Coach, you're going to love this, man. I just put out the tool that was made in 40 minutes. So that was 8 bars in 40 minutes.
Come on.
8 bars, 40 minutes. Everybody write that down, please. Sound like a rap song, right? I got bars, fool. 8 bars, 40 minutes. 8 5-minute bars, 40 minutes. Now, I've been doing this long enough, and what I saw was, let me just take some of the profit off. Now, watch this, folks. I want to kind of give you guys the greed factor a little bit as well. Now, I still believed it was going to go up, but I didn't want to buy when it came up here. Does everybody understand that? I didn't want to buy when the market went up here.
Yeah.
So I waited for it to come back here to do a buy. Now, guess what happened? It shot up for a little bit, but notice the rejection came and it went down to this other box. So listen to me. I have a decision to make. The decision is you just got stopped out on one. Can you do another trade for the day? Now, if you guys don't know me, let me just see in the chat, right? Who believes that I'm going to jump in another trade? Because it's coming to this other box, and it's really talking to me right now, and my fingers are starting to itch, right? I just want to see Who thinks that I'm going to get another trade in?
George is saying
Okay.
buy again, Coach.
Hey,
George and
George,
George and
know
you
me,
are
man.
on the same page.
Man, hey, bro, we brothers, man. He was like,
But
brother, if you don't pull that.
it's like you always say, Coach, accept the risk, right? You got to know what you're
Yes,
willing to lose. Have you accepted the risk? That every specific trade is a risk that you put on, and in order to trade successfully, it's the cost of doing business. Accept the risk.
accept the risk. Is the risk acceptable?
Mm,
Watch this,
mm.
folks. Let me see. So Leah said no. Michael, see, Doug, them New Yorkers, they know. They know. He said 100%. That's what I'm talking about. We got Facebook user. I can't even see who that is because they got to give. So if you can, folks, give permission so that StreamYard can see your name, because whenever you comment, we just see Facebook user. But if you give it
Yeah.
permission, it's not going to do anything crazy. It just shows you your name. So Nigel said, I do. Good. Okay, God. Gotcha. So watch this. You're doggone right I'm taking a trade. I absolutely am. Now watch this, folks. If I decide to take this trade, I'm getting in, or activation is going to be at 105,428. Everybody's tracking. But my stop, watch this, would be at 105,336. Now, can I share just something for you? This is a little bit different than Coach Chadwin. It's a little bit different. Because it's really about a 10 pip stop loss. Guess what I can do? Everybody type this in the chat. I can go big. Did you hear what I just said? I can go big. The reason I can go big is because it's a small amount to lose if I'm wrong. Are you guys tracking with me? Give me thumbs up.
Yeah.
So again, do the numbers with me. Trading at 100 a pip. If I get in at 142, 105.42, and if it goes to 105.33, my stop loss is 11 pips. How much can I potentially lose if it's 11 pips and I'm trading at 100 a pip? Somebody talk to me, please.
Risk reward. Somebody says I can go big. That's
Look what
just too
Doug
many
said about you.
Yes.
Doug
That's
said too
true,
many
Doug.
pips for
That's
starting.
true. I keep
You
it
know-
around that 5, Doug. I keep it around that 5
Boy,
number.
boy, you go to 6, this man will pass out. You hear me? Lord Jesus, stop. Oh, hey. Now, Patrick, sir, do the math over there, sir. Worst case scenario, I lose $1,000, maybe $1,100. Everybody understand that? Worst case. Can we say best case? Because I live in the best case world. What if it bounces in this box and then does this, folks? Boy, that's another $2,800. I'm on a 5-minute chart, folks. Did you guys hear what I just said? Would you risk 1,000 to make 2,800? I'm just asking. Now look at this candle.
Yes, sir.
Look at the candles going deep. But guess what? I don't care. I don't care. I got Brady on my team. Brady throws the passes. When Brady is down, even though he's retired right now, he's the GOAT. When he's down 28-9 playing Atlanta, you know what he does? He wins. He wins. My point, what I'm showing is this. Because I am comfortable with the loss, I'm also comfortable with the win. I can feel good about myself. I'm not going to stare at this 24-7. I'm going to keep it moving. But I just wanted to say that publicly. I took that doggone trade. And side note, we can't tell you to take the trades. This is, we have to say we can't do this live. This is demo trading. Does everybody understand this? I'm not a financial advisor. We can't tell you what to do with your account. You lose money, don't send me a doggone email talking about I made you do it and I jumped in your computer and, you know, my voice, even though it sounded very raspy, guided you to taking a trade. How's that for a disclaimer? So this is big boy ball. You want to trade? You understand that you can't lose. Give me thumbs up if it makes sense. Everybody put a 7 in the chat if you're getting some value today. We just wanted to have some fun. Give a 7 in the chat, please. Talk to me. Now, Coach, we're starting to see the Bulls coming in a little bit.
Bounce.
Yeah, we need to tell them to eat their spinach. We need to get a good rally right here, folks. Good rally. Everybody see that? I want to see this go up here so I can go home, even though I'm at home already. Sounds good, Coach. I'm passing over to you, brother. We're going on for 30 minutes. I think we might have another 10 minutes in us. We got about 16 people on. If you're catching the replay, please put hashtag replay as well. Also, type value in the chat if you're getting some value. We just wanted to have some fun today. We're glad that you're here. Coach Chad, you're up, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. I'm just bringing something up on the screen.
Please.
Let me just hit save here as well. I just finished it now. Just wanted to bring this up. It kind of goes to what we were speaking about now as well. It's about a strategy. Like, what makes a good strategy? A good strategy has something called set, right? Stop, entry, target. So we're going to go real short right now. It's not going to be that long. So you guys stick around and just find out what makes a good strategy. And so let's bring it up on the screen now. Trading strategy essentials. That's what I'm going to talk about. Trading strategy essentials. And everybody's doing sevens in the chat. Thank you. Leah says huge value. Awesome. Elite says value. Awesome as well. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay. Let me bring it up. Okay. Trading strategy essentials. Understanding the critical components of stop, entry, and target. So one of the things we want to do on these streams as well is give you holistic value. We show you the charts, we give you a mindset, but we also give you practical things that you can actually do as well. Right? So firstly, whenever you get into a trade, something that Coach spoke about now is you need to be accepting the risk. In other words, you need to set a stop loss, an area on the chart where you are saying, if price goes beyond this point, I'm out. Doesn't matter if it jumps up afterwards, if it runs around and does a cartwheel, I am out, right? And with that comes these components. Number one, proper risk management. Does the stop you have chosen align with your risk tolerance and your account size? I cannot tell you how many times people say to me, you know what, Coach, I wanted to risk $50. And I said, okay, what size is your account? They say $100. That's 50%. That's crazy. Or someone would say, I'm going to risk $500 on this trade. What size is your account? It's a $2,500 account. That is way too much. So make sure that you align your risk tolerance with your account size. Technical levels. When you're selecting a stop, you don't just select anywhere. You set stops at significant levels, an important level, a price point that price is retested before, a price point that price is reacted to, or a price point that has a relevant zone for the direction you're taking. If you guys are tracking with me, just put an 8 in the chat, please. Volatility. Account for normal price fluctuations. For instance, you guys heard earlier on, Doug says that stop was too big for me. But that's because I know my pair that I am trading. I trade Euro USD. I know it well. I know what stop works for me. That stop is not going to work on NAS. That stop is not going to work on the Qs, right? You have to understand the volatility of your particular asset class and trade accordingly. Next, we talk about entry. So first it's stop loss, then it's entry. Confirmation. Look for confirmed signals from indicators or patterns. I'm a naked trader. I know some people are indicator traders. Whatever you are, you want to look for confluence and confirmation. You don't get in a trade unless you have the necessary trading plan rules fulfilled at that point. Notice what I said. Your trading plan rules fulfilled at that point. Then timing. Choose optimal trade entry points for risk reward balance. One of the things that quite often happens to a trader is FOMO. What happens is they see price moving away, and then they're like, you know what, I gotta get into this. I gotta jump in right now. And if it's really close, that might be acceptable. But if it's far away or has moved far away, hands off the trigger. So what that's going to do is affect your risk to reward. Position sizing. This comes back to risk management. Manage potential losses with appropriate position sizes. So account for the possible loss you're going to take. Account for how big that loss might be, and then manage it accordingly by using the correct lot size. Thank you for the 8s. Then lastly, before we close it out, we're going to look at targets, right? What is your profit goal? Set realistic and attainable targets. Now, here's the thing that most don't do. You might have your stop. You might have your entry, but most people fall apart on this point. They don't set their target. So what tends to happen? So once they're in the trade, they're like, you know what, it's going to go to Kingdom Come. I'm just going to keep holding it. Eventually, it'll get there, and then it turns back. Coach, has that ever happened to you? Absolutely, I know it's happened to you, right?
Absolutely.
It, it goes and then it turns away right from your take profit. So we have learned, as coaches taught us, you cannot go broke taking profits, right? Risk to reward ratio. Aim for favorable risk to reward. Look for 3-to-1s. Look for 2-to-1s, but don't look only for 1-to-1s because that means you need to be profitable more than 60, more than 70% of the time. I like strategies that allow me to lose but still be profitable. The way you change that is by your risk to reward. Lastly, adjustments. Be ready to adjust targets as the markets provide new information. Now, here's what new information is not, right? Michael says, this guy's always in my computer. I'm a trading profit, sir. This is what you do. You adjust to new information, but not any information, right? If the market starts to pull back, you don't close the trade because you saw a red candle. You adjust to preset ideas that you have in place before it actually happens. So, for instance, you adjust to a breaker structure, you adjust to a news item coming out. You make adjustments based on things that you have set around those target points. We don't arbitrarily make adjustments. So, sets, that's what you've learned today. Stop, entry, and target. And you want to make sure that all of those characteristics of all of those points are covered when you actually take a trade. Thank you, Coach. I think you can close us out today, Coach, or add some value to this before we move
Awesome.
off.
No, man, I think this was great. Just the set stop entry target is basic, but it's often overlooked. And what I would suggest for everybody is allow that to be part of your repertoire. Use it, practice it, because here's the reality: you don't want to have to trade and stare at the screen all the time. Put a 7 in the chat if you're guilty of that. You're always looking at the screen, always got the computer open. You're just the thing is just stuck to your face. You're going back and forth. Now, there's a difference when you're scalping, and there's a difference when you can walk away and let a trade just play out. Does that make sense? We want to get to the place, excuse me, where we can walk away in the trade, we can let it play out. Now, watch how this happens. It happens when you've accepted what the loss can be. Let me say that again, and I'm going to say it with my chest this time. It happens when you've accepted what the loss can be. Losing is a part of trading. Man, we ought to run a commercial, say, hey, want to learn how to lose more? Join, connect, trade, and grow. Nobody will join the group. Nobody. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to hear that, right? They want us to say, hey, we're going to find a way that you never lose. Listen, folks, it's not true. NBA players still miss the ball. They still mess up. Football players still drop the ball. They still fall short. Trading, you'll still lose. However, using set can alleviate the pain because now you understand what you're dealing with. So write this down before we close out. Write this down. This is a declaration. Write it down, please. I'm becoming a professional. Write it down, please. I'm becoming a professional. I want to see who's going to type it, man. I'm not moving off this until I start seeing this. Yep, if you're listening to me, we'll stretch this bad boy out to night service. Yep, I'm becoming a professional. I want to see you declare that to yourself. Don't just say it out loud. Type it. The reason is your confession and the covenants that you make with yourself is very valuable. Good. Kelly, I like that. She said, I'm becoming a pro. That's what I'm talking about. She abbreviated that bad boy. I'm becoming a pro. Come on, folks. We got all these people in the class. That's what I'm talking about, right? People say they want to make money, but they're not following instructions right now. And you're right. I'm calling you out. You don't like it? Do me a favor. I think it says ungroup, leave group. Yep. I'm talking like this because I care. I'm talking like this because I want to get your mindset ready as a coach and call you to become doggone great. People don't join my group to become best friends. I got all my best friends. People join my group because they want to win. Amen to that.
Come on.
I'm wanting you to win not just for you, for your families, to get your dignity back so that you can start making enough money so that you can fix the trading thing so that you can start fixing the life thing. Because I'll be
Mm.
very real with you, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes things can happen in life and you need some doggone money. Am I speaking some truth? You don't know if a relative might get sick or it might be in bad times. It might be you. Something might happen with your kids. Maybe your medical insurance doesn't cover everything. But when you trade and you're making enough money, that becomes not a big issue. So I speak like this, and this group was created to help people connect, trade, and grow. I don't like secret people that hide behind screens and don't even give us enough respect to at least say hello, value, thank you. But for the ones that do, I appreciate you guys because studies have shown when you're actively engaged, you're going to actively be winning. I just know that if you keep on showing up to the gym and you work out, watch this, Doug, you're going to mess around and get doggone fit. Yep. It's impossible for you to walk 30 minutes a day and over the course of a year, you look exactly the same when you started. Yep. It's impossible to come in an environment like this where people that care will minister to you, will teach you, give you value, offer community, and a year goes by and nothing has changed in your life. Impossible. So watch this guarantee. My guarantee is I guarantee if you're willing to do the work, because we're willing to show up, I guarantee that you will be better. Now, let me give you guarantee too. I guarantee that if you don't do anything, you sit on your hands, you don't participate. Every time you come to trainings, you're always doing everything. You're not focused. Nothing's going to happen. Trading requires a level of focus. Type that in the chat, please, so I can finish. Type it in the chat, please. Focus. Listen what I'm saying. I get we live in a world where there's a lot of multitasking. Anybody raise your hands, you're guilty of that. We check our emails, we train our phones, we talk to our kids. But let me tell you where this does not work at. Trading. You got to focus. You literally, adults, have to put your blinders on like the horses, and you got to get focused for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. Let me prophesy over you right quick. I'm stepping on some people's toes. You shouldn't have wore sandals. Don't tell me you want to make 7 figures in this, high 6 figures, and you can't even attend a class. You can't stay focused. Or watch this. You don't invest in yourself. Impossible. There's no freebies here. This requires a high level of sacrifice. We are going against some of the brightest minds in the world who have the funding, research departments, AI, algorithms, the whole nine. And you mean to tell me you can't invest in yourself to get proper education? Oh, I'm talking to you. You know who I am. You know who you are. You're telling me that you can't come to class 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You guys hear what I'm saying? So I just want to end the call with this and watch this word, please, because we're in November. So November 1st, everybody, how fast did the year go by? Yeah, you get older, the year flies by. We literally have 61 days left for 2023. And Lord willing, I pray that we all make it to 2023, but let's go ahead and plan for 2024. Put a 7 in the chat if you're planning for 2024 right now. Yep. Put a 7 in the chat if you want to have a great first quarter in 2024. Yeah. In order for that to happen, watch this, folks. Reset. Write it down, please. I need you to reset your mind. I need you to reset your emotions. I need you to reset your expectations. Watch this. I need you to self-reflect over January to November, and I want you to be real with yourself. Watch this. Where did you drop the ball? Now, I played high school football and basketball, and every Monday would be tape day. And you know what we would do? We would go over film. It'd be film day. And the coach and the different coaches, our offensive coach, defensive coach, special teams coaches, we would go through the film and we would identify where we dropped the ball. Hey, King, you missed your assignment. King, why didn't you catch that doggone interception? Now, when he called me out, now this is a different era right now. Wasn't no please and thank you. You okay, King? Hey, at least you hope to be great. Nah, they didn't talk like that at that time. King, you failed your team. Look at here, King. Coach was not looking for me to say, I'm sorry. Coach was looking for me to say, Coach, you're right. I dropped the ball. I'm going to do better this week. I'm going to do better at practice, sir. Yes, sir. Good, King. Keep it moving. Coach was not looking for perfection. He was looking for excellence. Can I ask you a question? When we reflect from January to November, were you excellent or did you constantly drop the ball? I want you, as we reflect, to look over your expectations. I want you to identify your shortcomings. Put a 7 if you're tracking with me right now. I feel like I'm screaming at you guys, but hey, it is what it is. I'm a coach. This is what we do. And once you identify the areas that you've been possibly weak at, is it okay if you focus on those areas so that you can become strong? Come on, somebody. Coach, I'm teaching today now. Come on, man. It's all in my spirit. I don't know if you can hear it right now, man. I'm teaching
Steep,
today,
coach.
man.
Go, keep
Come on,
going,
man. I
keep
love
going. You
these
steep.
people, man. You know, it's funny, man. When I talk, and let me show you what I see. I see families, man. I see families on the call. I see hardworking people from around the world that want something better. As I teach like this, I see people that are dealing with life just like me. Boy, life is hard, folks. Man, in this year, I recently lost an aunt. We know people that were younger that had passed, cancer, different things, loss of jobs, loss of income. Um, Many times, if we wanted to, I could have a whole call on what's not fair. I could. I could have a call and we could be on here all day about woe is me. Yeah. I've learned in these times, this is when we drive the stake in the ground and we become firm on what we believe. There's a scripture that says that God reigns on the just and the unjust, which means that we all deal with things. But it also talks about that there's a man that builds his house on the rock versus a man that builds his house on sand. And that when the floods come, it doesn't say if, but when speaks to time. The one that builds his house on the rock survives because it's a steady foundation. And the one that doesn't, the whole house breaks. I'm paraphrasing. I just want to call everybody to get solid on the rock. The name of this company is Kingdom Day Traders. Our mission to touch 100,000 lives, people and individuals, to learn the skills of trading so that they can live life on purpose and build God's kingdom. Does everybody understand that? That's my mission. Now, watch this in this mission. As I'm in this mission, and Coach Chapman is in this mission, our mission also is to make a greater impact. So we want to raise people so that these people can teach other people so that Coach Chapman and the team can go in and do greater things. We never want to be stuck. Does that make sense? So, in closing, I'm calling you to reset your expectations, to reflect back on what you've done so far in this year so that you can become better. I want you to forgive yourself if you need to be forgiven. Also, watch this. This is spiritual. If there's some forgiveness that you need to give to people, that can be a hindrance as well. I just felt that. Some of us are holding unforgiveness, and us holding unforgiveness is preventing blessings coming towards us. It's a principle. Now, I don't know the graphic details. I don't know the extent of what it is, but the forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. They say harboring unforgiveness is equivalent to me drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. How crazy is that? But as we seek forgiveness, then we need to offer forgiveness. Put a 7 if you receive what I just said, and put a 6 if you're still working on it and you're thinking about it. So I'm saying that because I don't want you to hold on to anything that can be hindering you from having clarity, hindering you from being great, and hindering you from walking in your purpose. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close here. Mindset, multiplication, and management. It's been an M3 strategy. I love each and every one of you guys. Be blessed on purpose. Cheers. God bless.
God bless everyone.